Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role. We put too much pressure on Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? He ain't put nobody on. The people that been in his productions, they not famous. All of them can walk through the mall without security. Be what you gonna be, but put your people on.
Harvey, I gotta ask you, how was it meeting with 50 Cent? I know he came to Tyler Perry Studios. He welcomed him with big arms.
I'm so proud of him, man. He's amazing. He's amazing.
Atlanta, I went to go see Tyler, right?
Right.
This layout, he's probably, not probably, he's about 10 years ahead of everybody.
50 Cent's fans are increasingly turning their backs on him due to his recent questionable actions, such as getting close to Drake and now collaborating with Madea. It's not only fans who are unhappy. Comedian Katt Williams has also weighed in, reminding everyone of the industry gatekeepers he's warned about for years. The collaboration between 50 Cent and Madea is surprising because 50 was previously one of Madea's harshest critics, especially regarding the treatment of Black actors. Recall when Monique accused Madea and Miss O of blackballing her? 50 Cent was right there, publicly backing Monique and confronting Madea. However, lately, 50 Cent has been acting strangely, forming alliances with those he once criticized. Some fans believe 50 is simply being opportunistic, doing whatever it takes to make more money. Others, however, label him a hypocrite, arguing he's not the same 50 Cent from the early 2000s and accusing him of selling out to become one of the gatekeepers Katt Williams has warned about. So what did Katt Williams say about 50 Cent partnering with Madea and being accused of selling out? And does Katt truly believe 50 has become one of the gatekeepers? Let's break it down. Katt Williams has exposed Madea in the past.
If you a gay person and you in there, put some other gay people on. Put somebody on. Or don't be wondering why people keep saying gatekeepers. Because clearly, y'all are keeping these gates. Clearly.
Recently, there's been a lot of buzz about Madea's alleged peculiar behavior, such as supposedly pushing his preferences on male actors. Actor Brandon J., who starred in Madea's show Meet the Browns, shared some major revelations on TikTok. He claimed Madea forced him to play a gay character, even though he was initially cast as a high school student dealing with bullies. According to Brandon, Madea made a last-minute script change to make his character gay and infatuated with his bully. But there's more. Brandon said Madea later altered the script again, making it seem like Madea was testing how far he could push him. These accusations against Madea are just the beginning.
They say you have 15 minutes to work on your script and we're about to start filming. I go into hair and makeup for them to touch me up and I start to read the script. And I see that Jeffrey is no longer gay. So far today, I've been given 3 new scripts and my character has been changed twice.
There's another layer to this story involving Madea's rumored agenda. Rumor has it that Madea's role in Hollywood involves pressuring Black actors not only to wear dresses on screen, but also to engage in compromising situations off screen. You've probably heard the long-standing gossip about Madea possibly being on the DL. Some fans speculate Madea might be projecting his orientation onto other Black actors, and Katt Williams isn't having it. A resurfaced video shows Katt calling Madea a drag queen and suggesting Madea is hiding his true self. To be clear, the issue isn't Madea's sexuality.
I'm saying I don't have any hatred in my heart for Tyler Perry because he works hard. But he is a drag queen. Let's be very honest. A drag queen is somebody who works in drag. Do you know who Madea is, sir? That's a in that dress, sir. That's not nobody's grandmama. Seems kind of to me that you could be a famous entertainer and make billions and billions of dollars. But the one thing you can't do.
It's the rumors that he uses his influence to pressure young actors into certain acts. Recently, Madea star Christian Keys revealed that 2 powerful billionaire men pursued him for years and allegedly tried to force themselves on him. While Christian didn't name names, the word on the street is that one of these men is Madea. According to Christian, these men wouldn't take no for an answer. They persistently pursued him for years, showing up at his place and inviting him over to theirs.
I've kept one of these on me since '05. Whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen in because most predators would check your phone. And once this started, I was like, well, I gotta protect me because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police, because crime attempted is a felony.
No matter how many times he told them he wasn't interested, they kept pushing. Naturally, social media went wild after Christian's claims surfaced, with everyone trying to piece together the puzzle. Initially, Diddy's name was on everyone's lips, especially given his recent controversies. However, most people now believe the two men who allegedly harassed Christian are Madea and billionaire Robert F. Smith, CEO of Vista Equity Partners. This speculation arose because Christian dropped a significant hint during his live stream, saying something like, "I didn't see that documentary," which everyone took to refer to Madea's biographical documentary, Maxine's Baby, The Madea Story, released just weeks before Christian shared his story. Regarding the other alleged suspect, Robert F. Smith, Christian mentioned that after a meeting with a big-shot investor to secure funding for his company, things took a bizarre turn. This investor supposedly invited him to a different conference space, which turned out to be a private suite. The guy switched into pajamas and a robe, then offered Christian champagne and strawberries. Christian also hinted that this same man is now paying tuition for HBCU classes. Social media detectives quickly connected the dots, suspecting it might be Robert F. Smith, who previously donated $1.8 million to a program for HBCU students. But listen, this is just the tip of the iceberg of Madea's problematic behavior. Fans are also calling him out for portraying the Black community in stereotypical ways in his movies, and refusing to hire writers who could add substance to his stories.
Yeah, he came back.
In case you missed it, Madea's new movie, Divorce in the Black, starring Megan Good and Corey Hardwick, has scored a shocking 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yep, you heard that right. A big fat 0. It's Madea's worst score ever, even worse than his 2017 flop, Boo 2, A Madea Halloween, which scored 5%. And guess who's probably sitting back and saying, "I told you so?" None other than the legendary director Spike Lee. He's been warning folks about Madea for years and exposing him for humiliating Black actors. Spike Lee, the Oscar-winning director and screenwriter, is famous for his films and documentaries that tackle race relations, urban crime, poverty, and other crucial social and political issues. Meanwhile, Madea is known for his character Madea, which many see as a demeaning Black stereotype that he profits from.
And he's parlayed it into bought his own jet. You can buy a jet, you got money. But at the same time, for me, just imagery is troubling.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Madea's problems. He's also been linked to some shady figures, like certain prosperity preachers who have close ties to Diddy. Madea is notorious for refusing to hire writers, instead bragging about writing all his work himself and whipping up new scripts in just weeks. When Spike Lee tried to warn folks almost 20 years ago about Madea, he was branded a hater. But fast forward to now, and it looks like the public is totally on Spike's side.
Let Tyler Perry and push the baby out. Shut that baby up! Somebody call a police!
To understand why Spike's been so critical of Madea, you have to see how Spike uses cinema to tackle serious issues. Just look at his iconic Do the Right Thing. Spike wasn't just making a movie, he was plunging into the deep end of political cinema. Spike's award-winning documentaries are just as fearless, diving into the dark corners of America's past, whether it's the 1963 Baptist church bombing or the Rodney King beating case. Spike doesn't hold back. His approach to cinema pulls viewers in with raw power, not by being melodramatic or vulgar.
What I like about the title is that everyone has their own interpretation of what is the right thing. Not only in the audience, but the characters in the film too. I would love to go to theaters all across the country and watch the film, sit in the back, hat down, and then stand out in the lobby and listen to the debates and the arguments and these exchanges. I mean, people, the ushers will be mad because people were not leaving and they had to bring in the next show. And that was really what we wanted to try to do with that film, to really spark discussion, exchange of ideas, debate about race.
As Madea's movies often get called out for. Instead, Spike's films challenge viewers to face uncomfortable truths and look at socioeconomic realities they might never have considered before. So, needless to say, Spike Lee was never a fan of Madea's work. Back in 2009, during an interview at the 14th Annual Black Enterprise Conference, Spike questioned the way filmmakers like Madea portray Black people with their over-the-top stereotypical characters, and he straight up labeled it as coonery buffoonery.
The people that make movies, I think they're very disrespectful to the intelligence of the American movie-going audience. I think that they play down to the lowest common denominator.
Anyone else here smarter than me?
They just try to play the audience like they're stupid, and I think that's when you do that, you end up making, $75 million bombs.
When Spike was asked if Madea's success with Black audiences was just about giving people what they want, he said that audiences need to be more mindful of what media they support. He described the imagery in Madea's movies as troubling. As you can see, Spike Lee gave a thoughtful answer focusing on critiquing Madea's movies rather than attacking his character.
Because each artist should be allowed to pursue their artistic endeavor. But I still think a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery and buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money, breaking records, but we could do better. That's just my opinion.
But when Madea was asked to respond, his reaction was the complete opposite of Spike Lee's. Madea's response was filled with defensiveness and failed to address the core issues Spike raised. This reaction revealed Madea's true colors.
So a lot of this is on us. A lot of this is on us. You vote with your pocketbook, your wallet, you vote with your time, sitting in front of the idiot box. For me, just imagery is troubling.
And Spike didn't even have to lift a finger to expose them. Another thing that speaks volumes about Madea's character is the way he's always pointing fingers at others for supposedly looking down on their culture, while he claims to be a man of the people who cares about his community. But if Madea truly cared about his community,
I will punch the hell out of you. Say something else.
That is my answer to Spike Lee. Go to hell.
I will punch the hell out of you. Say something else.
Let me just say this about Spike, anybody else, all the critics, anybody else. It's only Black people that do this to each other. I've never seen Jewish people complaining about Seinfeld. I've never seen Italian people complaining about The Sopranos. It's only us as Negroes that do this to each other. Yeah. It's kind of the same thing. I speak from the South. People love it. Why in the hell would I sit here worried about Spike Lee?
Why does he have a shady track record of using non-union labor in his productions? Why not stand up for Black actors and writers fighting for their rights? Back in 2008, the Writers Guild of America West hit Madea's production studio with an unfair labor practice complaint after he fired 4 Black writers from his show, House of Pain. The complaint claimed these writers were fired simply for seeking union representation. So, yeah, it seems Madea's off-screen behavior is just as problematic as his on-screen characters. That's why so many fans are now dragging 50 Cent for cozying up with him. But here's the real kicker. 50 Cent used to be a huge critic of Madea. He even confronted him back when Monique called out Madea and Miss O for blackballing her. So why did 50 all of a sudden do a complete 180 and decide to team up with Madea? Monique has been very vocal about how Miss O and Madea blackballed her simply because she refused to do promotional work for Precious without compensation. According to Monique, her only mistake was naming names that are considered untouchable in Hollywood. Monique explained that she was shunned and ignored because she didn't play the victim or beg for sympathy. She named names and didn't apologize for it, which she says is the quickest way to get branded as difficult in Hollywood, especially if you're a Black woman.
Why didn't it get the traction? Why didn't it get the support? Why wasn't it propped up when Monique said it?
I think there's a few reasons why. Number one, it was the messenger. I should just be grateful I got invited to the party. You a big, fat Black woman. How dare you be the one? And then on top of that, you're saying names. You're saying Oprah's name out loud. You're saying Tyler's name out loud. You're saying Lee's name out loud. You're saying Lionsgate out loud. That's not what we do. We say they. We say the people. We say the studio. We say the producers. How dare you actually say our heroes' names?
Monique also believes that nothing will change until others in the industry start standing up and publicly airing their grievances about people like Miss O and Madea. Monique claims that Miss O and Madea didn't just blackball her and spread lies about her being difficult to work with. According to Monique, Miss O even went so far as to sabotage her career by stealing roles out of spite. Monique's revelations have sparked heated debates on social media, with fans criticizing Miss O and Madea for their treatment of Black creatives while presenting themselves as their saviors. This is exactly what 50 Cent was calling out years ago.
The movie The Butler, that movie was offered to me. Lee Daniels came out and said, I did offer Monique The Butler. But as he said to me, he said, Mo, at the time I didn't have no power and I didn't have no money. So when Oprah said she wanted it, so who played the lead role in The Butler? Oprah Winfrey. Lee Daniels was getting ready to do a biopic on Richard Pryor, and he offered me the grandmother. Who then calls Lee Daniels and says, I want to be the grandmother. So, as you're looking at me, it's the same way I'm looking at that sister. And I'm saying, why don't we sit down and have a conversation? Because the way things could look, it may not be that way, but just the way things look.
He even referred to Miss O as an Oreo and revealed that Madea played dumb when 50 confronted him about blackballing Monique. 50 Cent criticized Miss O for trying to paint him as ignorant just because he raps about his real-life experiences, saying, I got shot 9 times and I wrote music about it. Everyone writes something that can connect in a big way based on a painful moment. So you're saying we're not supposed to articulate or write it the way we experienced it? As for Madea, 50 Cent recently revealed that he confronted him about the Monique situation. But Madea apparently got scared and wouldn't own up to what he did to Monique. 50 Cent didn't just talk the talk. He walked the walk by casting Monique in the 2nd season of Black Mafia Family, produced by his G Unit Films and Television. However, it seems like something has changed with 50 Cent, the one who used to call out the gatekeepers and stand up for others in the industry. Now, 50 Cent is actually teaming up with the very same gatekeepers he used to criticize. Over the past few months, social media has been buzzing with theories that something strange is going on with 50 Cent.
You don't worry about cancel culture, huh?
Huh? Why would you cancel things that are great for the culture?
Right.
Like, I mean, like, I was like, canceled, like, Monique, why is she canceled? I had to revisit that because it was like, it didn't make sense to me, babe. I'm like, so what did she do? She said something you didn't like? So she didn't work for 13 years after that?
Right.
And then I know Tyler wouldn't support that. He never told nobody not to work with her.
Tyler Perry?
Yeah. When I talked to him, he was like, I never told no one not to work with her. And I said, but you Tyler Perry, and you never told anyone to work with her.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I never looked at it like that. Because I said, you just got to consider how strong your influence is at that point, because it hasn't happened.
Like, you say some things that I get scared of.
Because he's now cozying up to the same people he used to criticize. As if linking up with Drake wasn't enough, 50 Cent recently announced a major collaboration with Madea.
Oh, come on, Goldie. Let me have one more game.
Leon, I done told you. Your arms is too short to play craps with a guard.
Put your money where your mouth is. Or I'll give you something else to put your mouth on.
I done already told you take your on. And I ain't gonna say that again.
Listen for me. I don't take orders from
Come get this silly out of here. Every goddamn Friday, Leon, you bring your drunk up in here. Get his ass on out of here. And don't let the door hit you in the pussy on the way out. Silly, you're too old for this.
Madea was signing autographs in New York City when TMZ asked him about his thoughts on the G-Unit mogul. Madea praised 50, saying he's super proud of him. When asked if he'd like to collaborate with 50, he replied, if he wants to. A few days later, 50 Cent shared a clip of Madea praising him and wrote in the caption, "Big collaboration coming soon. Sprinkle a little Madea, sprinkle a little 50, and boom, you can't beat it. History in the making." It's unclear when 50 started getting close to Madea, but just last month, 50 shared that Madea had invited him to his studio in Atlanta. 50 posted photos of his visit to Madea's studio complex on Instagram, where he was greeted by a sign saying Madea Studios welcomes 50 Cent and G-Unit. Madea and 50 also posed for a photo together, and in the caption, 50 wrote,
Perry, I gotta ask you, how was it meeting with 50 Cent? I know he came to Tyler Perry Studios. He welcomed him with big arms.
I'm so proud of him, man. He's amazing. He's amazing. And he's blowing it up out of the water. I found that already. He's blowing out of the water. I'm super proud of him.
Any collaborations with 50?
What's that?
Can we see any collaborations with like you guys?
If he wants to, I love that.
I'm leaving no room for error. Madea showed me some shit today that inspired me. I need all my money. If you owe me, you better give me my shit now. Back in April, 50 responded to a fan who said, "Dude, low-key becoming the male Madea. It's crazy to see." 50 clapped back saying, "Lol, y'all better stop playing. Madea will have **K y'all up. He ain't no sucker. Don't get it twisted." In a recent interview with Hip Hop Crown Nation, 50 again praised Madea, saying he's 10 years ahead of everyone. So what's the deal with 50 Cent lately? Has he always been an opportunist, just making moves that boost his own success? Was he just pretending to care about fair treatment for Black entertainers when he supported Monique and checked Madea for blackballing her? Why is he suddenly cozying up to people like Madea and Drake? Or could it be something deeper? Has 50 Cent actually become one of those gatekeepers Katt Williams warned us about? Some fans defend 50, claiming he's just a savvy businessman who knows how to make the right money moves. However, the majority of fans feel pretty let down. They're saying 50 has definitely changed, and not for the better. One fan said, "From supporting Drake to this, I swear..."
No, I went to go see Tyler, right?
Right.
This out, he's probably, not probably, he's about 10 years ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
he's doing,
facts.
right? And then you going, from there, like at this point, like I'm sitting there talking, he's like, that you guy is crazy. Because he said, like we was talking about the Power Series and stuff like that, he said, been #1 in African American and Latino households for 10 years. Right? But he's going, how much you paying for that? I said, man, I'm paying a lot for this. The money that is being put into it to make it that, because it's premium, it's super high quality. His model though is like, it's it. I'm not going to lower the quality of the material that I'm producing, but I got to get into his deal structure. The way he's doing, and it's actually, now I'm moving into actually being able to provide production services and stuff like that. But if it's not at my studio, I want it at Tyler's.
Right, okay.
It feels like 50 has cloned or compromised. Ain't no way the early 2000s 50 would do this. Another user compared 50 to his nemesis Jay-Z, saying, 50 Cent is just a more street version of Jay-Z. To be honest, he's always been a sellout as well. Someone else added, I'm the biggest 50 Cent fan on earth. And I agree this is very unlike 50 Cent. I now see why Lloyd Banks doesn't have **K with 50 anymore. It makes perfect sense. 50 Cent will sell out for $1 faster than anybody. But what's your take on 50 Cent partnering with Madea and Drake? Drop your comments below and don't miss out on our next video.